Hello Duncan. First of all, welcome to Istanbul.
Teşekkür.
It was a great presentation that you gave us. It was very informative and fun. And we are here on the event hosted by Deloitte, and it's about technology, media, and telecommunication predictions. First of all, could you please introduce yourself?
Of course. I'm Duncan Stewart. I'm Director of Research for Technology, Media, and Telecommunications at Deloitte Canada and co-author of Deloitte's global annual TMT predictions report.
Thank you very much. And as a public opinion, we think that everything is turning to digital from physical. Do you agree with that?
Well, there are certainly many things that are. Many things that used to be physical, like newspapers, like music, like TV shows, are now largely done in the digital world. This trend towards digitalization is very strong. But there are some interesting exceptions to that. People, young people especially, continue to go to things like live sports. They go to live music events and live concerts. Those are in real life experiences. More importantly, perhaps, would be the example of books. Print books are still overwhelmingly popular. More than 80% of all the books worldwide continue to be in print, and that's not just older people like me, even younger people, 18 to 34, continue to prefer print books over digital, and we think that's something that's going to last not just for years, but for decades.
And there are some debates about that. TV is dead. Do you agree with that?
Well, it's complicated. When we look at TV overall, it's very stable. People are watching 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours a day around the world, and those levels are very flat. But interestingly, there is a small part of the population, 10 or 20%, that's watching less traditional TV. They're probably replacing some of it with piracy and over-the-top and short-form video, so only for part of the population we are seeing a decline. But much more interesting is we are seeing young people, 18 to 34, that group is beginning to watch less traditional TV, so that's something we need to keep an eye on. Not just this year, but going forward. And that's not just TV, that's also live sports, which is very important for the TV business model.
Yeah, wow. Interesting. And in your presentation, you have talked about the mass customization of technology. Could you please explain?
Well, many people know about this from digital. An example would be if you have Netflix, it recommends other shows you might want to watch. If you buy a book from an online bookstore, it recommends other books that you would like, customized to your own profile. But there are other examples. My wedding ring here was made with a 3D printer. It's customized to my finger. People with hearing aids, those hearing aid shells, are now mass customized. And the interesting thing about 3D printing is it shifts consumer expectations. If I can get a physical object that's perfect for me, that's perfect for my needs, why can't I get a TV plan or a phone plan that's equally customized for my needs?
And I know that you have worked on biotechnology field as well. Could you please explain briefly what's going on in that field?
Oh, I couldn't talk about that, but one of the things I do think is interesting is looking at the field of life science technology as it applies to human beings. Sometimes the story isn't good. When we look at things like e-visits, consumers are overwhelmingly refusing to use e-visit technology, insisting that they actually go to a doctor or a hospital. Sometimes it's not about the technology, it's about human behavior. Other areas, on the other hand, are more exciting. We continue to see things like 3D printers producing customized esophagus for newborn children. That's another exciting area. Longer term, I think we'll see some interesting stuff with implants, but those are probably still a little bit of science fiction. Biotechnology as an industry continues to do well, and I continue to follow it, but right now it's not changing as fast maybe as it did in the 1980s.
These were my questions. Thank you very much. Is there anything that you would like to add?
No, thank you. Nazli, teşekkür to your viewers. Thank you for interviewing me.
Teşekkürler.